Thank you for being on the show.
Of course.
Coming in all cool and suave. How you doing?
You know, I'm getting grown now.
I know. Look, I hear you.
I'm growing on up.
You don't have your sunnies?
I do have my sunnies. You gonna leave those on?
I have my sunnies. Let's match the vibe.
If you leave them on, we'll put ours on.
Take them
no.
off.
No.
You can have sunnies
Come
on.
on, get some good
Okay.
in here.
Show Leela.
Like, do I have anything?
I want these.
Perfect.
Hey!
Of our
Oh,
sunnies. So
nice.
thank you, Melissa.
This is a vibe.
Yeah, this is a sunny vibe.
Thank you.
It's a sunny
Oh, no.
vibe. He has such a soothing voice.
I
I'm gonna try to
know.
match
Let's
his.
match your energy.
I know, I'm calm. I'm Taurus. Welcome to Taurus life.
That's grounded.
Yeah.
I recently just read my birth chart. I know nothing about it, but I know
Uh-huh.
I have a Taurus placement.
Let's go. Where
I
is
thought
it?
you
In
said
the
you were
sun?
a
Is it in the
tourist.
moon?
It's in.
I'm a tourist. Welcome
You're
to
a
Taurus vibes.
Welcome.
I thought you were a tourist.
Yeah, I
was
like to
oh,
tour
okay.
around.
He's a tourist.
likes
Act
to
like I've
tour.
never seen nothing before. Yes.
Imagine that
Sorry,
being your
that's
sign.
That's
You
your
just-
sign.
Taurus.
I tour.
Taurus.
Tour.
It's so nice to meet y'all.
It is so.
Thank you for
nice
coming
to
on
meet
our
you.
little humble show.
Oh man,
Our small abode.
come on, man. We all got to start from somewhere.
We were shocked that you said yes, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, man.
Because you're the homie and we know that you're cool, but you
Yeah.
are certainly at this echelon in your career that is really exciting to have.
Thank you very
someone like
much.
you here.
But yeah, I'm trying to make sure I definitely answer the ones that I can.
For
You know what
sure.
I'm saying?
Thank
And
you.
the ones that are definitely in proximity that I know I really can get done for sure, as opposed to Zooming. I feel like Zooming needs to go away. It's it's time to get back to the office. You know what I'm saying? And get
Zooming
back to
needs to
in-person.
go away.
Zoom has
Yeah,
got to
a
go.
little bit, because it was never quality. You know what I mean? It was,
Yeah.
It just was something that we used to keep things going. But
Yeah.
I think the quality is in the energy. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's tough when people's angles be wrong or
Yeah.
the cameras be out of date. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
connection going in
you
and
know what I
out,
mean?
you
All of
know?
that. It can just ruin the thing. So trying to get better at showing up.
For sure.
For real.
Oh, you're
Well,
showing up.
showed up.
You showed up.
Showed up.
Get it. Get up.
Get up.
You know?
Come on. No, it's so funny because we obviously grew up on your comedy, and as an up and coming, do I call myself an up and coming
I
comedian?
wouldn't say.
Yeah.
I say
I'm
yeah.
I'm not a down and leaving comedian.
No.
You know,
That's-
you definitely.
As a non-down and leaving comedian, as an up
Leave
and
it there,
coming
yeah.
comedian, you know. For me, you were one of my first comedic influences, and so I've just loved. My brothers can't believe that I'm talking to you today. So
Fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
y'all listen.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't sleep on me.
Don't sleep.
Mm.
Don't
You
sleep
guys
on
thought I
your
had a
sis.
made-up job. Guess
You know
what?
I'm saying?
She's
Little-
working.
It's a little real today.
Shit's
Okay.
real.
Yeah.
Shit is real.
Shit is real out here, man.
It's real out
we
here.
really sitting here.
No, the
Yeah.
first time me and Tiff ever saw you in person,
Mm.
you didn't see us, but we saw you.
We saw you.
Oh,
We
okay.
were in the nosebleeds at a Knicks game.
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
And you were on the jumbo-tron.
Yeah, they like to do that.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
vibe.
Do y'all
Yeah.
like when that happens? Are you really there incognito and then they put
And
you
you're
on
like,
blast?
oh, God.
No, I mean, I think you know that's the trade-off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like, if you're getting invited over there,
Yeah.
they need something from you, whether it's a
Correct.
photo op or, but I think the Jumbotron is kind of become part of it. Like, I
Yeah.
think the Lakers started that. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true. I saw that.
Shout
on the
out to the
documentary.
Lakers because, it's a way for me to go to the game without having to, pay out the wazoo and have nice.
So wait,
It's the
that's
least
how
I
it
can do
works?
is let a
It's like
camera
a
be in the
PR
face.
trade-off.
I had
Mhm.
no
We
idea.
didn't know that
I
either.
don't even know if I'm supposed to be telling, but I didn't
Oh.
think it was a secret. And it ain't no
Well, you
secret.
just told us.
You know what I mean? But
Hey,
some people
Nick,
actually
let us
have
come.
season tickets. Like Spike
Yeah.
Lee is
Yeah.
a lifelong season ticket holder and stuff
Mhm.
like
That
that.
ticket will live on past
Yeah,
him.
yeah. I'm a little different. Like I like to just, pick up the phone and be like, hey,
I'm in
think I
town.
can, you know what I'm saying? Think I can just scoot on in there?
Yeah.
Maybe slide
Maybe
on
a
in
seat
there.
or two.
I buy the chicken fingers. I got that part.
A little something. Just a little something.
Just something small.
Just something
Yeah.
small.
Something
But I like a
slight.
lot of sports, so it can get expensive, especially with
true.
little ones in tow. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I
Yeah.
think you had one of your daughters there at the game. I
I
believe.
take them both.
You
Yeah.
take them both. You had both your daughters there,
Yeah.
and we were in the stands discussing when the jumbotron hits a celebrity. Now, for me, if I'm on the jumbotron,
Yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
care.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
it's like a thing that celebrities. You have such a. I hope you don't mind me calling you a celebrity. You are one to me,
Well, I appreciate it, but
Yeah.
yes, my name is Kenan.
Keenan.
Okay. Keenan.
In general, of your ilk,
Mhm.
it's a thing where it's like there's a very calm.
Mm-hmm.
There's a calmness to it's like a small nod to the jumbotron, like
Yeah.
no, I'm
Mhm.
all right. In the car ride there, like this is what I'm gonna do in the jumbotron.
Yeah, I'm saying, let me practice my jumbotron.
Correct,
You know what I'm saying?
correct.
Do you? 'Cause I would.
Like, ooh. It depends. I mean, a lot of the time you don't want to be like doing a lot, like, yeah, let me hear you, and then nobody responds. You know what I'm saying? Because that's when it's like,
uncomfortable.
That's when it's sad, like, yeah, number one, you know what I'm saying? Woo, woo, woo. And everybody just like mad quiet.
Correct.
You know
right,
what I'm saying?
fair
Whatever.
enough.
So I usually let them lead. Like if they hype, I'll get hype. You know what I'm saying? And they hype. It's kind of a trade-off kind of thing.
I
But
like that.
You know who's really good at that? Kevin Hart.
Oh,
yeah,
Kevin goes crazy on the Jumbotron.
Natural.
He is.
You know what I mean? He's just
sure.
a natural, high energy, fun loving,
it kills
fun guy. You know? So yeah, he's very funny at it. And then I've stolen people's bits. Like people start like the empty your cup bit, you know what I'm saying, while you're on the camera. So I'm like, all right, if I'm next, I'm gonna empty my cup. And then people go crazy. Like I can get into it like that. Yeah.
It's a whole culture. I love to hear
that would be us. I'd build on any bit that you create. For sure.
We have to plan that out.
We got to get this ready.
We have to get it ready.
We recently encountered, like the black things, or you just like, like that's it. Like that's a hello.
That
counts as something significant. Would that be us?
When did this take off?
What they doing? What? Oh, my brother.
Just the shoulder pat.
My brother.
Every handshake, and now, you know what I mean? Like
this.
We always mad gracious and like
my king.
Just a little something.
100, and it's every day, all day now. All of a sudden, and I'm like, I love it. But I'm wondering, like, when is that? Because it used to just be the dap.
That's it, and
it was that. You know what I mean? But maybe it was COVID, maybe
because you can't touch.
So we're just like making gestures, kind of.
My
maybe.
brother, it's like Wakanda forever.
But it's kind of like it's everywhere. It's everything.
Really?
Yeah, every strange person is like either like in vocal, like I see you, King. You know what I'm saying? Or
I have to practice that.
Me too.
Watch now you're gonna notice. Like watch the brothers. Like they all like.
I always panic. I was at an event yesterday. We were leaving the temple, and there was all these really cool, very well dressed black men, and the man put his hand out, and I took his hand, and I panicked because he was holding mine, I was holding his, and I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm supposed to do the slide and the dap, and instead I squeezed his hand, and his hand went limp in mine like this. I squeezed it, and then I went. I'm sorry, I'm a little clammy.
I apologize.
I said, I'm so sorry.
Just let that slide on off.
My bad. My hands are a little sweaty.
I apologize, my brother.
And then I lied. I said, I just washed my hands.
You're outside the club.
That was a lie. I didn't just wash my hands.
My
hands are just. I'm a sweaty person. I don't give a fuck. Whatever.
Hey, it's all good.
It's a hard unspoken.
We all
language.
got our burdens, man.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
Look,
at least you know.
Dapping ain't easy.
It's my cross to bear.
It is.
Dapping ain't easy.
It ain't
easy,
especially if you got nails. Because if you try to dap somebody with a nail, you going in like. Fail.
So I'm gonna start doing this from now on.
So that's our Jumbotron thing. Forgive us. We're gonna steal that.
Yeah.
When you see us on the Tron, and you look up and it's just Taryn and Tiffany, ready? That's the vibe. It's gonna be a whole thing.
Shout out to Chadwick, man. It might have been in that area too. It might have been up in there. Yeah.
Now, speaking of your two daughters, I am curious. Like, thinking back to that, they were just so sweet and smiling on the Jumbotron. I cannot imagine. It's already hard enough to parent, but parenting in the public eye.
Yeah.
How have you approached that? It seems a major challenge.
I mean, I feel like New York teaches you to just keep it moving kind of thing. So like whatever parts of life you're experiencing, especially for someone who's like in the eye kind of thing, it's like it's going to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you might as well just keep it pushing and put your best foot forward or your best representation of what's really the truth forward kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then just like acknowledge the love because it's, I'm lucky. It's love. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like I'm very lucky that, people shout me out on the street and they don't like shout out like crazy taglines that like a villain would have said in a movie that became famous. You know what I mean? That might not be appropriate for children's ears because like I'm with my kids a lot. So, like they just started a new school. So the kids around there are really kind of tripping that I'm there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm hearing like a whole lot of like, because my big girl's in middle school now. That's when kids start to really, start to show out. Yeah, a little bit. They start to become like, they think they grown, basically. For sure. So I'm hearing a whole lot of like chanting my name or chanting the Good Burger stuff and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. And, it's going to take them a while to get over the fact that I'm there like every day. You know what I'm saying? Because like all of a sudden, and they probably been going to that school for a while, but my kids just started. So now all of a sudden I'm just in their face.
All the time. Does your daughter mind?
Yeah. She hasn't said anything yet, you know what I mean? But I don't think they mind necessarily because the kids are doing all that shouting before they come out to school. You know what I mean? They just see me outside waiting, and they just can't process like, what are you doing? Just in my world all of a sudden.
Like, why are you here?
Yeah,
very skeptical.
So yeah, that's been really cute, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, like I've done a lot of family friendly material in my life. So like, you know, the reference points are usually pretty sweet.
It is.
Yeah.
I was talking to my grandparents prior to me getting here and told them that we would be in conversation with you. Why was my Nana most excited? She's quoting Good Burger.
How old is she?
My Nana is going on 70. She's turning 70 this year.
Let's go.
Which
That's
is so funny. So I'm like, her generation still identifies with your comedy as being sweet.
Let's go, 4
fun.
quadrant.
Come on, quadrants. Come on, quadrants.
Yeah.
But then it's interesting that your daughter's peers also know this very specific reference. Like,
100%.
What is that like for you as an entertainer in terms of longevity in your career, but also the subject matter that you deal in?
I'm forever grateful. Like, I'm always on the like perspective side of things because Jaleel is a good friend of mine. You know what I mean? And like, you know, he's been doing it. You know, I have other friends, you know what I mean? But I think he's the one that became the most famous in one specific thing and then wasn't able to like really shake up out of it like super successfully and continue being the actor that he wants to be. You know what I mean? He's a really good actor, you know, and like that showed when he was a child, but he just, you know, blew up into this thing that, and, you know, I'll be watching people like comment about it or whatever. Like Jamie Lee Curtis was on The Late Show and she was just like crying, laughing because Colbert asked her, did she ever get a celebrity's autograph? And she was laughing so hard she couldn't get the words out. And we were all waiting to see, like, well, who is this that is just tickling you so hard? And she was like, Urkel, you know what I mean? And it's like, this is September 2025. And, you know, that's still, you know, how he's known to her or to a lot of people kind of thing. Nothing against her. It's more of a point that is the struggle for him. You know what I'm saying? So, like, him being a dear friend of mine, for me, I'm like, I'm just very lucky. I'm lucky that I've been able to do a bunch of different things and a bunch of like, you know, different kinds of things that have different audiences.
For sure.
And now kind of it's like a good little melting pot where people can like just dive back in and like remind themselves of all the different kinds of things. You know what I mean? It's like Mighty Ducks over here, it's Heavyweights over there, it's all that, it's this, it's Good Burger, it's Fat Albert, it's, you know what I mean? Barbershop too. Like
now you're doing voice acting.
Snakes on the Plate.
And
Voice
you've
acting.
written a memoir
like,
as well. So
books,
you're also a
you know what I
writer.
mean? Yeah. I got a children's book coming in January.
Congratulations.
Just staying creative.
Can
of
we
course.
plug it?
Yeah, it's called The Unfunny Bunny. You know what I mean? Check it out. And it is a very sweet little story.
Well, but of course.
It's called Unfunny Bunny.
Yeah. And, you know, it's going to be about a few jokes in there. I love dad jokes and bad jokes, basically.
Yeah.
So it's a book filled with those. It's a bunny that thinks he's funny, but then discovers that he's not, and then has to learn how to be. So
Unfunny Bunny. Yeah. We get that.
I love that.
Yeah.
So. That's so exciting. So and I feel like for you, was there ever, I think so many people, especially artistic people, creative people, they are called in many directions. I come across this a lot, not even just within myself, with my peers. Like there's you too. There's so many things you want to do and explore. But I do feel like there's this fear of like, but what if people don't like that thing, right? And I know it's easy to say, who cares what people think? But I think when you're in an industry where it is based on the people like your work. So how have you sort of bridged that obstacle or that fear of like, what if it flops? What if people don't like this new thing, this change?
I think having a bunch of different things going, like a bunch of irons in the fire, lets you kind of like relax on any one specific outcome. You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
Relax on a specific outcome.
Yeah.
That's so good.
You know, so like whatever happens kind of happens, but each iron, you know, I have a lot of faith in general. Like you hope it works because it's got good people around it. You know what I mean? We thought it was a good idea. You know, we're working with good people.
Yeah.
So hopefully this team can get that thing. And then you got this thing over here. And you got in the same kind of, you know, whether it's me acting, me producing, you know, me writing or kind of podcasting, you know what I mean? When we podcasting with my buddy, like you just try to like surrounded with good folks that you want to work with, number one, you know, especially at this point, like that's kind of the bigger goal in the biz is like you get to a point where you really want to just work with the people you want to work with kind of thing. But you know, and you hope for the best. And you also hold other people's feet to the fire. Like if things don't work, it's like, all right, well, who dropped the ball? You know what I'm saying? Did we not push it enough? Did we not target market enough kind of thing? Like what can we do better for the other projects that might be completely different, but there could be a lesson learned, you know what I mean? Like a movie is a movie. So if you dropping on a date and nobody knows about it, you know, what happened there? You know what I'm saying? Or you do drop it and people aren't interested. It's like, all right, well, what happened there? Like, and they do a lot of like, you know, test screenings and stuff like that with, you know, test audiences and stuff. But it's really any given Sunday kind of, you know what I'm saying? So I think the ownership in the creators is what echoes the most on people. You know what I'm saying? Like when a movie like Poor Things comes around, you sit back and be like, oh, they really like took swings on this whole, like somebody saw this vision completely. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way you can explain all of that. You know what I mean? Confidently and make people actually really see it. You just have to like have faith in that director and that DP and that cast, you know what I mean? And that idea and see what happens. And there you have it. So like there's a reason why, you know, people have the reputations that they have because they do crazy good stuff, whether it's, you know, shooters or performers.
Has there been a project out or around that when you saw it come out, you were like, damn, I actually would have liked to be part of that?
I love this question.
Forget about it. Like, I'll grow all through it. I wasn't Fat Albert at first. You know what I'm saying? Like, really? I auditioned and failed.
Really? Then, what?
Yeah. It was, you know, two different directors. But the first time I auditioned, like, I didn't get it. And my other buddy got it. My buddy Omar, he's the big dude in Sinners. Yeah, he's a brilliant actor. But that project at the time fell apart, and then they got a different director, and then I auditioned again and got it. So you know, things go how they go. But like I've seen a lot of things that I've auditioned for or had the idea for, and been like, see, man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a saying that energy is. Oh damn it! I always mess up a saying.
Come on now.
Right.
Come on,
I'm gonna get it.
Lock in.
Give me a moment.
This is it.
Get up.
Energy
is it can't be destroyed. It can only be recycled.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
I had no faith in you.
I didn't either. Hell. We brought that together.
There no way.
She made it through.
I got it through.
You made it through.
But on that same leg of what you just said, like, how do you handle those moments where you're like, God dang it, like, if I had it just done or did. Is there any regret? Or
a lot easier said than done, but you try to use it as a reminder not to be inactive on the next one kind of thing. You know what I mean? The next thing that strikes you like, yo, I really want, then, you know, go down that road and see what happens kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like push it as far as you can, you know, don't go to sleep and forget to do it the next day. And then by the time you remember it's out and you're like, oh man, I had it. You know what I'm saying? So
I had it.
I feel like
I had it.
Me and that's me in the friggin' senior center. I
had it. And now it's gone. My friends are gonna pick me up soon.
I feel like that's great advice for the young creator
and try to like write things down. There's a whole lot of like power in writing for some reason.
As the Bible says, make it plain.
Yeah.
Remember the Bible.
You remember the Bible?
Remember the Bible?
Yeah, the Bible was out. The Bible was out for a long time.
That's been out for a little while. It's done well. It's done well.
Yep.
I'll give it that. You know, it's a long read.
It is.
It's
verbose.
Yeah. Start slow. That's the problem. Start slow.
I can't make it past Genesis. I never do.
Genesis is wild.
It's book one.
Well, it's the commandments. Well, it's the creation.
Real well.
But yeah, then it just gets to names for it. There's a lot of names.
Leviticus is all names, I think.
That's wild.
I can't make it.
Yeah,
it's tough. I never do.
Name by name by name. Yeah. And how do they know?
See, and that's how I think when I read the Bible.
You know what I'm saying?
Like now, how did we know that Roydell and Albestine was cousins?
Albestine,
come
on.
Roydell and Albestine. Now they were sisters.
That would make you my first cousin.
Correct.
Anyhow, on that note, wait, I lost it.
I had it. Okay, this was mine as I was thinking through what you were just saying. Did you imagine that so much of your success would be in sketch comedy in this way? Like all that obviously is everything that it is. SNL now.
Thank you. No, I'm not really. I mean, I started so young being an actor. Like it's kind of the only job I've ever had. So I didn't know which way it was going to go. I kind of always enjoyed being, you know, a performer that makes people smile, whether I was like a cute little gingerbread boy or playing a dog in The Wiz because all the adult roles went to the adults, you know what I'm saying? And there was no kid roles. So I was like, I could play the dog.
Wait, you were actually in The Wiz?
Yeah,
I did not know
played
that.
Toto.
This is such a deep
I
cut.
hate that I didn't know that.
We did research and
We
this
did.
did not come up.
We did because it's just a local Atlanta thing, but we did The Wiz at church when I was like
at church.
7
Okay.
years old, you know what I mean, 8 years old, whatever it was. You know, early on in the church times when the church was still in the original building.
Correct.
Before the building fund kicked in for the new building.
Before they took up a collection for the larger location.
They came
Yep. And I played the dog and I got a standing ovation.
Period.
No lines.
No lines, so good.
Right.
Nary a line.
I talk
All
about
the
this
faith.
all the time,
Yeah.
but you know, my first role is I played a rock in Narnia.
It's real.
Look, and that's
I
It
played
is
a
real.
No, I don't know why you're fucking laughing.
There's rocks,
She's
there's
serious.
trees,
There's
there's
trees.
ovens.
I was rock
Tree
number
number
3.
There you
Number
go.
three.
I told you this then.
There you
Come
go.
on,
I've
man.
mentioned this at least 4 times.
Maybe.
Anyways, I was a rock. My family came. Somebody in my family, I won't name names.
Mhm.
They were like, "Why did we come? Because you told us that you had a big part." I said, "Excuse me, Uncle Roy. I was on stage the whole time."
The whole time. And if you can perform knowing that it's such a piece of a larger puzzle.
Correct.
A mosaic.
Correct.
You know what I mean? Then I think you can have the right mindset. It's like the dude that played 1,000,000 Hectors. Like he's played like 16 Hectors.
Really?
And like it's hyper racist, but he's embraced it and it's given him, you know, a career. It's given him probably finances and this, that, and the other. But like it's like it was either 8 or 16 roles that he was named Hector.
That is
in like
so funny.
The dude from Fast and Furious.
Oh, I wasn't sure what was going on, and then I'm locked in, and now I know exactly what you're talking about.
Fast and Furious, Training
he's like
Day,
always played Hector.
Bruce Almighty. You know what I mean? They didn't even call his name in Bruce Almighty, but he was still Hector.
But he was Hector. The spirit of Hector was in the room at that time.
So
that is so funny.
you just gotta embrace the journey of an actor being a long, and sometimes unrewarding kind of a thing. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes it could be the spotlight is too bright. So you just take it as it comes. I
auditioned for a show that I didn't get. But I found out that it was a murder show.
Mm-hmm.
So I reached back out to my agents and I was like, "Do they need a dead body?"
What did they need? Find out.
Didn't get that either. What the fuck?
That's all right.
Come on.
They'll come back around.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
It is a journey, and I feel like casting directors are undersung for people that don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like people focus on like, oh, I really want to work with that director. Or I really want to work with this, producer or this, actor or whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
But the real, I don't want to call them gatekeepers, but like the real, people whose radar you should be on if you want to actually be in the industry are casting directors, man. Because they're the ones that, the good ones, they have a vision.
Happen.
You know what I mean? They can see who can go where kind of thing. And if you're not right for this, if you show the dedication, then you'll be on their radar for something else kind of thing. And that's just
and I have
kind of how it goes.
I love watching something where the whole time I'm thinking, oh my God, this was perfectly casted.
Mm-hmm.
That feels so good.
It really does.
How could this person or how could this character be played by anybody but this person?
Mm-hmm.
And I love those stories where casting is going months and months and months looking for the perfect person, and the person is a random, like someone who's never done anything, who barely has any training, and they're like, we just knew the moment they walked in the door that it was theirs.
Yep.
Love those stories.
There's a lot of those stories where it's just like this person was a real person, you know what I mean, in life who wanted to be, but like never worked on maybe some stage in high school, whatever kind of thing, and then wound up being a very specific, famous thing in another thing finally, because they just happened to do an open call. And the one person they picked out of, I'm referencing the Sopranos open call right now, where they found Jenny Sacramone.
Okay. Yeah.
And she was a very specific looking woman. Yeah. And she had a headshot, so that means that she had been trying to do something, you know what I'm saying? But she had never become or done, you know what I mean? That was her first thing, but it was like she represented that culture or whatever they were trying to do very well. You know what I'm saying? And she was the one person out of thousands of mafia wannabe people that went out there, showed up, that they had to shut the town down. You know what I mean? Kind of thing. And they found, that's who they found in that one search kind of thing. So it does happen.
It does happen. Yeah.
And then you have other versions of it where people emerge so much later. You know what I mean? Like now that we have like Coleman Domingo and we all know his name and he's on such display, start going backwards and you'll see he been right there for years. Years and years and years, just like right next to the main actor in whatever movie kind of thing. You know what I mean? For a long time. And now all of a sudden it's like we all know who Coleman Domingo is. But yeah, he's been putting in work for a while. So nothing is necessarily guaranteed, but it's not impossible either. You know what I'm saying?
I like that mindset. Yeah. Nothing is guaranteed, but also in the same vein, it's just as true that nothing's impossible.
Nothing's impossible.
I like that.
I do too.
Energy is never dead.
Hold on, let's go back to it.
Because now we got to get this together. Energy is
never die.
And it can't be created either.
It can't be.
It can only be
transferred.
Recycle.
Brought back.
Oh, shit.
Recycle. It can only be recycled.
Thank you. Because you know the quote better than I do.
Because it struck me. That was a good one.
Damn it, I got to get it right the next time it comes around.
That's all right.
Leviticus. Remember the Bible.
So, one thing that you said on the scene, you were like, really acting, performing is the only job you've ever had. As a father, I am very curious. Do your daughters, when they want to grow up, is this something they're interested in? And the secondary to that is, would you encourage or discourage them from doing the entertainment industry? What's your take on that?
I mean, I encourage, I think the biggest thing is that families stay close if you have someone in the industry kind of thing, especially for like girls, I think.
Yeah.
But it could be, for anybody. I think anybody that's out there floating, can be pounced upon, and you don't want that kind of like scent on the child. You know what I mean? You don't want them to seem like they don't have no people behind them or around them watching them or anything like that. Even if like they're not a child, if they're an adult, you know what I mean? You don't want people seeming like they're alone out here kind of thing. Because I think that's when, wolves come around or people come around and try to take advantage in different ways, financially or whatever kind of thing.
The industry can be very predatory.
Yeah, and I think there's something to starting early on things, you know what I'm saying? Especially if you're really passionate about it. So if I see that passion and that want, like my big girl, she's a sports fanatic. So
I love that.
You know what I mean? I don't think she's going to be an actor. She plays soccer furiously and like every other sport too.
Good for her.
So my little one though is a performer. You know what I mean? So she's the ham. And very sweet.
So cute.
I see that sparkle in her, but at the same time, it needs to be a passion. There's a difference between like, performing for family and then like when you get in front of audiences, it makes you uncomfortable kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like, if I start to see that she doesn't really like performing in front of crowds, then I wouldn't necessarily push her and be like, you got to keep up the family name.
I'm passing the torch to you.
I got to pass the torch to somebody. But yeah, you want to just be healthy, man. These are the days of mental health. You know what I'm saying? So we try to, focus and keep everything as positive as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's rough out here.
Did you have the spark obviously you had the spark, but did you have the passion as a kid or did you have to develop into that?
I did have the passion because I really wanted to be on TV specifically. Like I didn't really know about like movies and like how that actually worked, but like me and the TV were close.
Got it. We were locked in.
Yeah, we were locked in. I was fascinated by it early, and I just thought it was everything that was going on the TV seemed fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everything was like much shorter formats. Like movies was like adult world. It seemed like because it's like storytelling and this, that, and the other kind of stuff. But like Price is Right. Cracking news.
Not Price is Right.
Cracking. You know what I'm saying? Price is Right. Cracking. Bob Barker.
That's what I was trying. I was like, Bob.
That skinny microphone. It was like, man, what? They giving away money and cars.
Period. Bob had black households on lock, let me tell you.
Super lock.
That is so funny.
It was the best. So, yeah, I was intrigued by the TV. And then I also enjoyed making people smile. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't necessarily a joke teller. My dad's a joke teller.
Really?
Like, for real.
Like a knock joker? Like always has a punchline?
He has jokes, yeah. Like he has like, hey, let me tell you, you heard this one? And I can never retain them. Like I've heard thousands of them and I can't keep them, you know what I'm saying? Because that's not my personality kind of thing.
Sure.
And I don't like seek out that kind of like room attention kind of thing. Like I'd much rather if we all know each other and we're all chatting and it's natural kind of whatever kind of thing.
For sure.
But I'm never like, hey, everybody gather around.
Here's a new one.
Wait till you get this. Oh my God.
It's a lost art. People don't do that no more. Like, tell jokes?
It is real. Like, there's real ones. Like, Bernie Mac was a great joke teller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a joke teller.
An actual joke teller.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the ones that, like, focus on it and do it correctly, you know what I mean? Like, it's a real art form.
Yeah.
And, you know, I like to celebrate those, but I know personally that's not me.
It ain't your speed.
Yeah,
and that's okay. That's all right.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said, too, about the fact that you came up in a time where Black people were on TV a lot. The Cosbys, Different World, like Martin, all of that. Like, that hasn't happened since then, I would say. I mean, Blackish and all of those shows are out now, which is wonderful. But we really did grow up in a time where we saw Black people be funny and be in community and have impact on network television and primetime slots for years. Do you think that had something to do with the fact that you felt so comfortable, like, going into TV specifically?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't seem like an impossible obstacle. You know what I mean? Because, it just seemed like it was trajecting upwards. And then by the time, like, we started getting it going, it was really cracking with the Wayans brothers and Steve Harvey and, you know what I mean? Like, Sister and, you know, what was Brandy's show called? Moesha. Yeah, you know.
The Parkers. Lord,
the Parkers.
I love the Parkers.
Like, it was on fire. You know what I mean? So it just felt like we were, like, happy to be on the train that was going, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, I was wondering, like, where the train station was. And then I finally found that they have a bunch of different stations. Like, Atlanta is a place, you know, where you can audition for things and wind up doing stuff. You know what I mean? So I started sending tapes from there once I found an agent, like, learned how the business kind of goes and, like, who makes what phone calls for, you know, when they're looking for somebody in the Kroger aisle or somebody, like, pretending to be a cashier at Publix. Like, I've done all of those things.
Got
you know what I'm
that
saying?
covered. That is too funny.
When I was growing up, I was always, for whatever reason, I was under the impression, like, I'm going to be discovered specifically at the mall. Because it seemed like everybody was getting discovered at the mall. Everyone's story, they were at the mall, and some random guy with veneers was like, "Hey, kid," and I was like, I need some slicked up, lubed up, crumped up, scrubbed up, dude.
Scrubbed up.
You're a kid at the mall. I need you to be a movie star.
Hey, kid, you're gonna get got. And I was so mad. By the time I was 16, I'm just at South Center Mall.
Every weekend, you're sitting at the mall.
Where was this? Did you grow up?
I'm from Seattle.
Seattle, yeah.
What was it? Westfield?
Yeah.
Westfield.
The Westfield, yeah, we had
Westfield.
Westfield. We were a Simon Mall group. I grew up in South Florida.
We used to mall walk. Did you mall walk?
Absolutely. The mall walks were the time of my life. But my mom didn't let me do it till I was older. So I missed out on, like, the 13-year-old, 14-year-old.
Your mom drops you off and you just walk around the mall.
I had to drive myself to the mall. I was that old.
See?
Yeah. Lanita says, sit your ass down. You will be in this house.
I'm going to go to the mall.
I was like, I'd get there and then I'd be like, you guys head on off to Limited 2. I'm going to Auntie Anne's and I'm waiting for the guy with the
veneers.
I'm going to be famous. I would go to the Mac counter. I'd have somebody do my makeup. I looked like shit. I looked awful.
Shade matching, not
with
it.
the all black smoky eye and I'm 14.
Maybe the guy saw you and just walked.
He was there.
He was there. He might have been there.
He was at the mall.
He might have been.
Not her.
He was like, I have got to stay out of sight.
He knew that you were looking for him, actually.
I'm in a tracksuit, cuts all over my legs because I shaved for the first time in the dark so my mom wouldn't see.
He saw you coming and veered off. But it all worked out, I'd say.
It all worked out.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah. Eddie Murphy has been doing interviews, and he is quoted saying that Norbit is one of the movies that I love Norbit. So I can't not laugh as I'm asking this question because Norbit is so hilarious to me.
You see, I started laughing immediately.
See? Right? Okay.
Although I feel like it couldn't be made today. It's one of those movies.
Oh, absolutely.
It's in the context of which it exists.
Yes.
That was there. That's the Nutty Professor.
That's Nutty Professor.
It's okay, Tracy.
Also couldn't be made today.
Could not be made today.
No way.
But Norbit is one of Eddie's favorite movies. And he's like, I don't give a damn. That movie is funny and it is what it is.
Even though it wasn't critically received.
Critics absolutely despised it. And he won awards for it being absolutely horrific critically.
Yes.
Do you have a work that you think is viewed in the same way or no?
But you're like, I don't care. I love it.
Who cares? This was it.
That I'm in denial about? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think
everything you've done is great.
It's great.
No. If people, thank you.
Not lying.
There's opinions about things that, I feel like I usually just sway with the majority kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like if most people are saying this, then the critics I'll listen to, but I won't necessarily side with if they're just like completely against like where everybody else is. Like the full wave is going this way, where like everybody's like, yo, it's funny, it's good, it's a solid movie, whatever.
Yeah.
These people trying to like tear to pieces the worst thing I've ever seen, blah blah blah. I'm like, I don't really agree with that, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But I try not to be naive, you know what I mean? I feel like Eddie's a little naive on that one, just because number one is a bad title. Number two, his accent when he's playing himself is distracting. And then everything else works, you know what I'm saying? So there's like a couple big elements that aren't working.
Yeah.
And then there's the rest of it that's just like, well, yeah, it's funny to see Eddie in a fat costume. It's funny to see him. It's
problematic, hilarious.
Yeah, the way he's like to say, how you doing? Like, it's like he discovered that and it made him laugh. So it's making us laugh kind of thing. True. Like that was kind of obvious and that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And like in attempt, I think the overall concept, what they were trying to say, what if a skinny, you know how a lot of skinny dudes have larger women kind of thing, whatever, kind of like all that thought process that they were doing to make that movie. You know, like some of it was funny.
It landed in an interesting place.
Terrible title, man.
I have not seen it. I'll be actually honest. The more you're talking about it, I remember seeing it in theaters, and that was a long time ago. Yeah. I don't think I've seen it since.
Oh, girl, I watched it last week. Norbit went. It was critical in my household. Really? It is hysterical to me. It's really. I mean, it's a crazy ass movie.
It is,
but it is pure comedy to me.
It's a very silly movie.
Very silly.
And there's few people that make you laugh that hard the first time you see something kind of thing.
Yes.
So the first time I saw Rasputia without her wig coming down the hallway in a menacing sort of way had me crying laughing. Yeah. I'm like, yo, he's brilliant. Like that is a brilliant visual capture that they accomplished there.
Yeah.
Because it was like he's saying a lot. Like number one, there's a lot of wigs going on in the world. And like
a lot of wigs out there.
The first time you see it when they mad at you, it can be like very scary or whatever kind of thing. And then like it's still very funny because he has such exaggerated features kind of thing. So like the whole movie is pretty exaggerated basically. And just doesn't seem very realistic, but it's a comedy. It's supposed to like be an escape kind of silly kind of thing.
I think they did it.
Usually he shines in those moments, like when he does a Dolomite, you know what I'm saying? Like he really gets that, or Jimmy Early, you know what I mean, from Dreamgirls kind of. Yeah.
So good. Yeah.
His character work is it's pretty unmatched. Like his character work is strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he locks in. So I'm a big fan. But I know he's living in another stratosphere sometimes because he is the first Black movie star, you know what I'm saying? Like for real, and like comes from an era where, man, you just had a lot of perks probably that went along with that, you know what I mean? For years and years and years and years.
With being the one for years and years.
Like the one, and like standing the test of time against the ones that have come behind him still being goated. You know what I mean? So
he really is a goat. I saw an interview where he was talking about how he said in the interview, I think I might be one of the only people in Hollywood who's only ever done one audition ever.
Yeah, all that kind
and
of
he's like I've never had to audition since.
Detachment. That's a detachment from reality. You know what I'm saying?
Nice. I can't even get Dead Body number 5.
Yeah. He's like the Jay-Z and Beyonce Black comedy.
It's like it sounds good in theory, but then when you say it out loud compared to what other people have to go through, it's like.
But if it's true for him, I mean, it's true.
It is his truth, and that's why he's a special person. So you give him that grace kind of thing, but still, it's like, hey, man, you know what I mean? Like at the same time, like produce some movies that you're not in, maybe sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's that part of it? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm so frightened. Eddie, listen,
Eddie, this me time. This ain't them. Eddie, this all me.
This is not me.
My brother. We do the.
I'm sorry, my brother. Listen, I'm sorry, my brother. I want you to know if you won't watch this. He won't watch this. He doesn't watch this.
Makes it to his desk.
His life is his life to be lived. You know what I mean? And it's going according to how he wants it to happen, and he deserves all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just like I would love to be that person, that fly on the wall that's just a little bit of reality and be like, hey, just so you know, like for 99% of the rest of the world, it's not like that. So when you make statements like that, be prepared for it not to be taken with like applause every single time.
I
You know what I'm saying?
feel like he's probably like, yeah, so this is my, because again, when I saw him say it, my knee-jerk reaction was like, damn, must be nice. And then my second reaction was like, at least you're honest. I think there is also a level of, for me, I find it really refreshing when absolute honesty, especially in a world in which sometimes it also feels like people are saying things that their publicist has said, make sure you say it just like this.
Yeah.
And so there is a level of like, you know what? At least you're not pulling any punches.
His
this is how you
publicist
feel,
was
and this is who you
somewhere
are.
punching a wall.
I don't know, maybe.
That was not a talking point.
Maybe. I think he's very honest. I'm thinking of White Chicks is another great example of a comedy that I truly love. I feel like it could be made now. But I think you made a really good point about there's a level of, nobody actually believes that those two look just like that, those women, and they would, everybody, right? It just worked.
That's
like
the beauty of escapism.
Sure. It was escapist and it worked.
You let certain things slide just to enjoy the movie.
Because it was
just like when you audition for roles and you don't get it, and then you have to go watch the movie that somebody else is doing. It's like, I got to let that go because I'm probably the only person in here watching it with that lens of like resentment kind of thing. So like if you get past it and you just watch it as a fan, then you can have the real experience of what they're trying to do. Again, way easier said than done, you know what I'm saying? Because like the first few years I was heated. I'm like, man, they're not better than me. You know what I'm saying?
I would have done that different.
Right, I would have done that different.
With a notepad in every movie you watch.
Having just done a movie and then watch other movies and being like, man, why they do that shot? Or why they cut off of that, and just start like really critiquing like just breaking movies down for no reason, as opposed to just like taking it for what it is and enjoying it. Yeah. So I try to keep that kind of lens on, where it's just like take it for what it is and like remove yourself from it if you have any sort of like resentment towards it.
Well, on that, no, if you're in something, this is another question I have. I sometimes find it difficult to watch myself back, although I'm proud. It's this weird two emotions of I am proud because like that's cool I did that, but then I'm also like, oh God, I could have done that so much better. Do you have that feeling ever for anything you've done, or are you removed?
100%. I used to not watch myself at all for a long time, especially on SNL. Like the first several, like 5, 6, probably 7, 8 years, maybe. You know what I mean?
You didn't watch anything back.
Wow.
No, and like that's my problem with Idris right now. Like he really broke my heart when he told me like. Well, he didn't tell me. He just said on Amy Poehler's podcast. Shout out to podcasts.
My favorite.
Shout out to podcasts.
Trace, our producer, her favorite podcast.
Second favorite. Right. Or even. They're even.
I know. As we're sitting
here,
it's
okay. You and
he said he never watched The Wire, and I'm like, come on, bro.
Really?
Like, how are you like? You're not on the same page as everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are all. Not necessarily pigeonholing you as Stringer Bell, but we are putting you on a level of praise for that performance. You know what I'm saying? And we want you to know why. You know what I mean? And if you've never watched it, I don't know if you really engaged the why we love it so much kind of thing. For you, it's just like, oh, I was there, I performed it, I did that, and blah, blah, blah. So in my first SNL years, it was kind of a lot of that. Mainly because it was hard for me to associate the show as the same show with me on it now.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
That's
it was like a legendary show.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, like I'm on it, coming in and out and doing this, and I was like, man, it's the same show. Am I ruining it?
Wow, but it's crazy because you've added to it. Like when I think of how legendary SNL is, you're one of the first names that comes to mind.
You're a part of that legacy.
You're in like almost like so many of my all-time favorite bits. Like that's you.
Thank you.
So that must for you. It's very different for you. I get it. Like you're seeing it from a different lens.
It was for a long time, and then I came to the realization that I was missing out on a lot of the party. You know what I'm saying? I was missing out on a lot of, people would come up and like throw references at me in sketches that I was fully in, saying words, and I would have no memory of. You know what I'm saying? Just because there's so much going on, and there's so much like disassociating that happens so that I can perform without fear kind of thing.
Absolutely.
That I end up not remembering what's going on once it's done kind of thing.
That's you.
Me. And we just joke that I have a memory problem, but I think I'm disassociating intentionally to protect myself.
Yeah,
because I don't see myself as a comedian in the same way that maybe an obvious comedian would. So it's like weird to be in the space and I'm like, oh shit, I guess I did just do what comedians do.
Yeah, you have a natural comedic ability, but there's a bunch of different ways of doing comedy, if you will. There's stand-up, there's improv, there's just talking, you know what I mean? And just being fun and having fun. And, you know, there's like whatever else, like, you know, television is kind of thing, sitcoms and like that kind of stuff.
There's a lot of vehicles.
Yeah, you know, so it's easy to like put up some shields, you know what I mean? Because you never let them see you sweat. Show must go on. You know what I mean? You gotta be professional. All these things can like just give you instant stress before you even get a chance to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's tough when you do a performance and it's almost perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like one little stutter or a little thing, you know what I'm saying? And if you don't acknowledge it, that's just what it, and that happens a lot on SNL because it's live.
It's all live.
So yeah, that's the stress of that.
Yeah. So would you say, oh, go ahead.
No, please, dear God, speak. God, you're a genius.
Don't forget what you was, hold on to yours.
Yes, please, because I will.
No, because
hold on.
Hold on. I can't lose myself.
I can't lose you. Shit, I forgot the question.
You dumb bitch.
We had to move quicker than that because you know I'm not lying.
And I know you forgot.
Go ahead.
God damn it.
Yeah. Go ahead and hit that.
God damn it, I forgot the question.
Go ahead and hit that. That's all you, my boy.
Can't remember mine. No, I had one. I was just going to ask further about, I'm very interested in you talking about the disassociation at one point having been part of your process. And for you, it sounds like that's in the past. You're not doing that anymore? Or do you still kind of do it?
No, I don't disassociate anymore.
How did you get over that?
Yeah.
I think it was just pulling the Band-Aid off and just watching and then being like, I had watched myself before, but it was just like repeating watching. Like, I'm not just going to like tune in on this one episode. Like, I'm going to continue. Like, once we do a show, I'm going to watch it and like actually study kind of thing.
Like
and then
watching tape.
Yeah. And then like it started to like continue to help me grow in a way. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I was holding myself back by not doing my homework kind of stuff just because it felt awkward and looking at myself. I was like, no, just get past yourself and like look at, you know, the work, if you will, kind of thing. And then the work calls for certain things. It calls for, you know, concentration and education and articulation and, you know, this kind of other and like, you know, physicalities and like all kinds of shit. So, you know, you notice when you're slipping and you notice when you're sharp. And like, I like the sharp ones because that feels like the full service. When I'm half-assing, it feels like, maybe I should give half the money back or some shit like that. You know what I mean?
Not give them the paycheck back.
You know, I'm give them just like a little slice thing.
Let's give you something off the top.
Because like, I wasn't really my best or whatever kind of thing, but no, that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
But it's like refreshing to hear you at the echelon you're at still admit that you're still hard on yourself. And like, it's not, you're not like, oh no, everything I do is like, if I put myself for 24 hours in your shoes, I'd walk around like, yeah, so I'm fucking hilarious.
You know yeah, so you know.
That's me.
Yeah.
So like to hear that you have the same thoughts as somebody, like all different folks that are, again, creative in a way in which you can watch it back. You can look back at your art, whatever it is that you do. This is something I found that almost everyone I know, I have people that are like, I never watch myself back at all, or more like me, if I edited it, well, I watched it a ton already. I've seen it so much because I had to edit it myself.
Yeah.
But if somebody else edited it, it depends. I'll watch it a couple times. And then that third watch is when I start picking it apart and I make myself stop. Because I'm like, I got to stop. This isn't productive anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the line. When am I pushing myself to be better? And when am I just tearing myself apart? And I don't really know the line. I'm not there yet. I don't know the difference.
Yeah. And like, it's so like after the fact that it shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because it's like, if it's not helping me the next time around that I start something that I have a new checklist for kind of thing, that you're just like, what are you doing? You just like tearing yourself down to be like, just tearing yourself down basically for the sake of it, because that performance is out there. Like there is no getting it back kind of thing or whatever. So like I try to make new checkpoint. Like if I notice like, oh snap, like I forgot to do this or I forgot to do that. And then it's like, all right, next time I shoot something, I'll make sure that like I won't forget to, you know, this, that, like cover those corners or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where I have to leave it, honestly. It's like, because if it's off or like my voice cracks in one of the lines, it's like, God damn it, you know what I mean? There goes the perfect sketch, you know what I'm saying? But I can't control it. And then like the sketch went overall well past that point kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So you just like take the wins as they come kind of thing.
Take the wins as they come.
Comedy feels like an ego death every time you go out and do something because it's so involved and like comedians are so involved in their craft, obviously. Like dramatic actors, I would say you can put on and go and do. And so much of comedy is you and what you find funny and what you want to give to the world. So I can only
that they receive the gift.
Correct.
You wanted them to receive it.
Correct. Yeah. It's so I can't imagine doing that on SNL like night after night after night after night and still coming out loving what you do and being able to sit and talk with comedians who are on a different level than you and still be so positive about it.
And thank God for that, man. Like, but I also like leave work at work and I let people do their job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't pretend to be a writer. You know what I mean? Like, I let writers write. I didn't go to creative workshop classes. Like, I went to Santa Monica City College.
Period.
And I didn't get to my arts courses. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't get to creative writing workshops and shit like that. Yeah. We was doing macroeconomics. That has nothing to do with comedy writing.
That's when they lost me.
That's when they lost me too. Yeah. And then I was working at the time, but you know, I was working at Nickelodeon, so they were writing for us because we were kids kind of thing or whatever. So then to go from that to basically like SNL, basically, you know, with just a couple jobs in between, I didn't really have a chance to learn how to write, basically. You know what I mean? I kind of learned by watching. And like I can write now. Yeah. But in the beginning, it took me a while to like do it right. You know what I mean? There's a certain way to write. There's a way to write for SNL. There's a way to like write for stand-up, whatever it is, like theaters and stuff. You know what I mean? Like they don't even write. They just come off the top of their head with improv or whatever. Yeah. But a lot of that would turn into sketch ideas that they would then transfer to the show. Like Fred was the greatest at taking hallway bits and turning them into actual sketches. You know what I mean? Like the Californians was just us fucking around in the hallways, being because some people go to LA in the hiatus and like you're like, don't you know in LA like everybody's just telling you like what streets to take.
That's the one with the traffic.
You know where to go, like right. In New York it's super easy, like 78th and 3rd. You know what I'm saying? Like get there kind of thing. Yeah. And like we would laugh so hard about just the concept of like, yeah, you gotta put your seatbelt on, you know what I mean, blah, blah, blah. And he would turn that into the Californians kind of thing. You know what I mean? So like he was brilliant at that kind of observing life and writing about it. And I wanted to find what I was good at. And a lot of it in the beginning was just, you know, going off of what I grew up loving Black culture wise, you know what I mean? And a lot of 70s and funk and like old guys with, you know, kind of receding afros, you know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Our shit. Like
that's really the same
that wraparound bald-headed afro is the greatest look, I think, in the history of looks.
And they hold on to it, too. Not let that hair go.
Sideburn.
A mutton chop.
A lot of hair everywhere except for just right here.
Right on the dome.
Just polished dome. So
like a milk dud.
Exactly.
Yeah, once you know, kind of empty the drawer on that, then it's like, all right, well, what can I write that, you know, is kind of more universal, if you will, kind of stuff. And that's, I think, when that maturation process comes. But for me, it took a long time. Long time.
Would you say that Black Jeopardy was one that came as a result of maturation?
Well, as far as me contributing to it, but that wasn't my idea. That was Brian Tucker, who I write a lot with, you know, What's Up With That and stuff, and Michael Che.
I love What's Up With That. What's Up With That.
You know what I mean?
What's up with that? Oh, I'm going to get licensed. I'm going to get licensed.
That's all right. That's all right.
Hey, no, he said it's all right.
Oh, wait, that's all right. She was just saying it. She wasn't singing it.
I wasn't actually
She was saying it. She was saying it.
Yeah.
She was saying it in specific.
There's a lawyer that was tasked with watching this episode, and he just
Hey, wait a minute. How much was that? How much was that? God damn it.
He wiped his face.
God damn it. How much was that? We can't afford it.
Or served immediately.
But yeah, Michael Che, brilliant writer. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know if Che went to writing school necessarily, but he's a stand-up, which is a writing school. You know what I'm saying? So he's such a brilliant stand-up, so he can put thought to world very well kind of thing. Like, you know, thought to paper or whatever, but, you know, stand-up's just speaking to the mic. But they're able to transfer what they think is funny back to us kind of things to where we can celebrate that whole thing. They were able to like break it down from where it starts to the end kind of thing. Yeah. For me, it's like I have to really focus on remembering what made me laugh. You know what I mean? And then trace it backwards kind of thing.
Okay.
Yes.
And like I think for like real writers, they just kind of like see subjects and then think of punchlines kind of stuff or whatever. Yeah.
You're like that, my boy.
I was gonna say like, well, because what we do is so different, right? Our skits live only on social media. We're not social media and YouTube and just online. We're not on TV yet.
Take a moment.
Let him cook.
Yeah. Anyway, play this back in 10 years.
Start the countdown clock.
Now.
Got it. But I feel like I didn't go to school for any of this at all. I didn't learn to write. But when we started doing skits and people just really liked them was because we would hang out and we piss in ourselves. Just something was so funny. And then it was like, why is that so funny?
Right.
Like, why is it so funny that this is how women gossip? It's just so funny. And so then trying to put it on camera. And Tiffani is the master of, I can put out a line, like say it like this, and you will say it funnier than me every time. And I really mean that. Like, I'm a silly goose.
You're a funny girl.
I specifically like, and so you've taught me a lot. I feel like my writing school and education has 100% been with you because I've gotten to write something, hear you say it, and then you say it better. And I'm like, that's exactly, I couldn't have done it like that.
I love that.
So I like
that's the sign of a great writer.
That's what I was going to say. I'm putting that back on your ass.
A great writer is happy to write for others.
Uno reverse, my
Absolutely.
boy.
Oh my God.
It's true.
Kenan Thompson just said that I'm a great writer.
I mean,
And he did not lie.
Thank you so much.
I think that is a sign of a great writer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That can just like give to others for sure.
And you do.
I like writing, and Olivia too. We have another friend that we and I just love that you guys are so down to act and like play the script out and see what happens. Anyways, I think it's like a magic that's so fun, and so another reason why I really like watching your work is because I'm imagining sometimes when I watch like What's Up With That. Not singing it is a great example of when I watched that the first time, my first thought was, I wonder what that looked like in rehearsal. Like, I wonder what that looked like. And then my second question was like, did you come up with the tune? Did you sing that? Or did they say, this is what it sounds like? And then you sing to it and you made it better? Like, how does that work with improv mixing with writing?
Yeah.
So What's Up With That specifically was an inkling of an idea that I had. And then I brought it in to Brian.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, I think it'd be funny if I had a talk show and I didn't let people talk. And that's where we started.
Yeah.
So then he was like, all right, so tell me more. And I was like, it feels like, kind of like maybe like, like an ongoing theme song. Because I saw Forte do a bit in a sketch where I think he was on like a news morning show or something, but he was just supposed to sing one little snippet of a song. But it went on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
And it was like an innocent morning show that just got like real crazy with him taking his shirt off and like drinking whiskey and like a falcon came or whatever. I don't know. It was just this never ending thing. And I was like, that's funny. But then I was like, all right, well, what if it was like a talk show that just didn't let people talk? It's like, well, how? It's like, maybe he just keeps singing the theme song over and over again. So it was like, all right, cool. Like, let's figure out what the theme song is. And then we started just like writing out like humming stuff, you know what I mean? Like, ooh, wee. And then we started like, like what's the name of it? Like I had watched 25th Hour a whole lot. And that moment when they're finding the dope in the couch. And the guys, they're telling him about his like life. And he's like, yeah, so in private school, you got thrown out for like selling drugs to your friends. What up with that? I love that moment so much. I was like, let's call it What's Up With That? You know what I mean? That was just echoing in my ear just because, shout out to Spike.
We love you, Spike.
We love you, Spike.
Another person who believes in brilliant casts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's always casting like real actors. So that actor in the 25th Hour probably has 3 lines or whatever, but that one deliverance was real. And he was with the guy that says shit all the time.
Correct. Which is
he was
well
like
known.
his side.
Yeah.
So, acting, even if it's 1 line or 2, you never know. Like it can resonate with people kind of thing. So.
And it is always surprising, at least for us, like I think something's going to be so funny. And nobody even notices the line that I thought was going to be so funny. And then they're randomly picked, like they've really latched on. They're quoting back to us this one thing that you said or whatever.
Correct.
That was the other thing I was going to say about like things being so hilarious to you in the moment and then you're trying to like recreate it.
Yeah.
So then you have to be aware of the reference material. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, we're laughing based on our knowledge of or like whatever it is the like core underneath. Like, it's kind of like the soul of this joke or this moment of laughter for us. You know what I'm saying? So when you're writing, you got to make sure everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, well, if you didn't see Dead Presidents, it's a crazy ass movie about, you know what I mean, blah, 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 blah. And it's one of the things that is in the black zeitgeist and you just got to have it, you know what I mean, kind of thing or whatever. But you have to make sure when you're writing sketches that everybody's on the same page from beginning to end.
Like contextually.
Yeah, man.
That's
it's
tough.
wild.
Now, how often, and this is something I've come across, I feel like it's okay to say this. How often do you get a script and whatever it's because you're auditioning for or somebody's showing it to you, doesn't matter. And it's supposed to be funny. And you're like, damn, this is like really not funny. Like and even the way you're trying to like deliver the line, you're like, it's still not, it's not working. Does you receive something that is not working? For you, are you somebody who, when you read that, it excites you to be like, oh, I want to make this funnier? Or is it like, I don't want to deal with this. It's how can I make this work? I can't make it work.
See, I have such faith in actors that I don't know if it's going to work or not until I hear it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like just reading it, the words are just dots on the page. You know what I'm saying? And like I know mine and I know the context, but like we comb through so many ideas and subject matters and things like that at the show that it's hard to tell what's going to be funny unless you're already kind of aware of something. Like you're aware of the performer or you're aware of that character or you've heard that, you know what I mean? Or something, or you know that performer does that impression or something. Without that, I can't tell you that this like pizza sketch in this store is going to be hilarious or not because I don't really know what the punch kind of is going to be because I didn't write it. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't in the like creative session knowing that this is the big explosive moment that they're trying to build towards. And in the writing, it's not that obvious on paper. You know what I'm saying? So
you have to read through it out loud.
I gotta. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna know if anything is gonna work until I hear it out loud. So when people like pitch movie ideas, I'm like, great, so let's try it. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know what to tell you.
It's a great energy to have. Instead of shooting something down after the first page, I mean, like it won't work.
Because we've certainly heard interviews and stories where people are immediately like, no, it's just not it. This isn't
well,
it.
Some things are obvious. Like some things are just like, oh, you're not up on your PC knowledge. You know what I mean? This is not, an educated approach or anything like that. Yes. When those things are like base kind of obvious or whatever.
Course. Yeah.
But when it's checking all the boxes and it's coming from whoever it's coming from, it's pretty much, take a swing at it. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't tell you. Like once I hear it and then I hear everybody hears it at the same time. Like we all hear that we're enjoying this. So it's worth building from there. And that's kind of how our table reads go.
Yeah. Okay, I'm so curious. When you guys break on the show, it's hysterical and you're laughing in the moment. You've obviously done this skit multiple times over in rehearsal. What's different on the live show that still you cannot get past the laughter?
That's a great question.
I love those moments.
Well, the live show is when everything comes together. So that's our first day of seeing the real vision. You know what I'm saying? So like Beavis and Butthead, for example, is like the biggest, most recent break. You know what I mean? It's the biggest, most recent break that we've had. And that was like, the first time we actually saw them in the looks kind of thing. And it was breaking everybody. And like Ryan is a big breaker. Like he, for some reason, like he's one of the greatest dramatic actors, but he cannot hold it together on the show. I love that. He loves to laugh at the jokes and he loves to just be in the moment, I guess, and it's tickling him in the moment. Yeah. So I'm like, that's legit because I like that too. Like when I find it funny, I'm going to laugh. I laughed real hard at dress rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? Because I always enjoyed the idea and the concept and stuff, because I was a Beavis and Butthead fan or whatever.
TP for my bunghole.
I'm a Mikey Day fan because I've known him for forever. We had the same manager for years, and like we've always just been close since he came on to the show because he was season 1 wilding out. Like Mikey's a real one, you know what I mean? And then like I know Ryan is cool, you know what I mean? Like, and Ryan is just down to like try shit or whatever. So. When we saw that they were like spitting the image, I was like, damn, this is going to be really good. And then there was just a moment that struck me really funny as just a person listening to the sketch, like, damn, that's a funny moment. But then I was stuck because I was fighting laughing, trying not to laugh. But like I was like literally shaking and I couldn't say my next line. You know what I mean? So like now I'm throwing the timing off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm throwing shit. Yeah, I'm starting to like throw shit off. So then I started panicking. Like that's really not professional, whatever kind of shit. So I scared myself straight, I think, for the live one. So like the whole live, I'm just the only one that's kind of like locked in,
you carry it on,
not smirking at it at all kind of shit and just like really acting it kind of shit. So that one I actually pat myself on the back because I was like,
that's
holding
hard.
it down. It's hard.
To not break.
Yeah. And then
God.
Other times it's like, you know, break for the sake of we live in life, you know what I mean? And we're doing a comedy show and like Eddie Murphy's over here acting like Tracy Morgan. Like,
correct.
Let's celebrate that. That's hilarious. You know what I mean? So I'll usually smirk, but I won't necessarily like fall to pieces necessarily because there's a lot going on there, you know, and the more things get drawn out past the timing of the show, the more the sketches toward the end of the show have a bigger chance of getting cut kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because we're running out of time. So that's when it's like, yes, we're having fun, but you could be making it a hard night for somebody else. You know what I mean? Which is like, it's tough to keep that in mindset and not, you know, still enjoy the moment kind of thing or whatever. But that's why you're like, I try to just leave it at a smirk.
Oh, I love
days.
the breaks. Bill Hader's breaks kill me.
So good.
I can't watch him laugh and not laugh.
Good.
Like, I don't know how you do it.
And he's like,
it was the best.
Oh my God.
He's so good.
It was the best.
Don't know how y'all do it.
I think it's, you know, infectious. Like,
yeah,
that's the most like, this is live. This is special for us that are watching in this moment kind of thing. And it just makes it that much more special because it belongs to us in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it can belong to the world as a perfect clip to be lived and showed whenever kind of thing. But when someone breaks characters, like if you were there when that moment happened, like that's what makes SNL pretty special, I think.
It's true. The joy of the ensemble.
And I think it's also for us at home. I remember literally growing up watching SNL as a kid. I was watching because I wanted to see a break.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, not because you want it to go wrong, because it's just it's so fun to see human beings be humans. Yeah. And then also you're in this, you know, imaginary escapist world, the skit that's not real. But at the same time, the laughing makes it very real.
Very real.
I just think it's great.
I have a question, if that's all right.
Oh, please.
Can you ask it for me, though?
Yeah.
You ask it, and now you gotta ask. Because this is your
microphone.
favorite show.
Your first night, first SNL, because you're the longest serving SNL person.
Which flowers?
Thank you
flowers.
Thank you.
Incredible.
First night, you're just about to go on. Did you vomit or pee or like
how nervous?
Hives, or were you like, I'm busting like a Ferrari parent in the garage ready to go?
Oh. Yeah. And it hasn't changed much, but it's always just counting backwards, basically. Like, we're just counting down. Like, all right, now I have 11 hours until the show. Now I have 10 hours until the show. Now there's 9. Now there's 8. Now there's 45 minutes. Now there's 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Kind of like the whole day. But also that whole week. You know, like my first week, I was super lost because I didn't know that they spent the first half of the week writing the show. Like, I had never had that responsibility. So I was just like hanging around, you know what I mean? Like, anybody want to tell me what to do, you know, until Wednesday. And that was when we like started, like, the performers actually go to work that I'm familiar with or whatever. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But yeah, that first Saturday, I remember, because I didn't have much to do. I was in Jack Black's monologue and then a moment in Update where I played Bill Cosby. And
your first.
I was waiting on that because like that I felt strongly about because I had done that impression a lot.
Yeah.
And it always made me laugh. And I was proud that I had, you know, engaged in the creative side of the show. And thank you to Maya Rudolph because she pulled me in her office and showed me that awkward moment between Wanda, who's hosting the Emmys that year, and Bill Cosby in the audience. Like, Wanda went out in the crowd and did some crowd work. Yeah. And Bill Cosby was just giving her nothing. Like, just giving her nothing back. And we were like, man, he was just so weird. You know what I mean? You know, it was just like, man, that was strange. So then we recreated that moment and it got big laughs. And like, the first line that I wrote, you know what I mean, got a laugh, you know what I mean? Because I was like, get out of my face, because it sounded like something that he would say, you know, in my mind, you know what I mean? Get out of my face. And people laugh. I was like, wow, you know what I mean? That was a high. So remembering like the rest of the day, I think I was just wandering around, like in and out of my dressing room, you know, in and out of wardrobe, you know, for the moments or whatever, but yeah, just pacing around, waiting.
Just a lot of waiting.
Yep. That gave me the bubble guts.
I know,
hearing it. I got nervous for you.
We're nervous.
I know.
So
yeah, that's why a lot of people think, you know, we talk about how much time we spend together, you know, because we really do, you know what I mean? Like, distract each other from things or, you know, lean on me type moments, you know what I'm saying? And you pass the time together.
Yeah.
And you said some great names as you spoke, and Maya Rudolph being one of them. I would love to meet Maya. She's a legend. How is somebody in the industry that you really look to as a mentor, you'd refer to as like a mentor?
Yeah, Maya, man. My sister's at the show. Like I started, in a great era, I think, for me personally to have big sisters in the game because they're Maya Rudolph, Amy, Tina.
I love it.
We were saying that just before
Rachel,
you got here.
We were just talking about we love all of them.
Yeah,
so cool.
like they all kept our game like really fucking like don't come in here with no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because they would come in swinging week after week after week, and then Tina was constantly with a pencil in her back pocket, like new joke for whatever sketch. She was head writer. So, like, she was all business, you know what I'm saying? So, for me being, like, 25 years old, I saw that, and I was like, oh, this is not a playground at all kind of thing.
Sure.
And I hadn't read the book. Like, they gave me the book to read, but it was, like, this thick. I was like, I ain't reading that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to go have my own experience or whatever. But, yeah, they definitely showed me that it is not a game.
You've had some people that you look up to as a mentor, of course. Is it surreal to now be the mentor to people?
Yeah. But it's also such a cool thing too. You know what I mean? Because me and Marcelo have that relationship. Like he's always calling me his big bro. Yeah, and he's so good, and he's so like a loving, good person. On top of taking comedy very seriously, on top of taking like his pursuit of it very, like all of it, he takes very seriously. You know what I mean? And like. His journey is, fast and furious, but he's still grounded, which is just beautiful to see. And he's just forever like, yo, you my big bro. Like, I'll never forget. You know what I mean? You never, when I knocked, you answered kind of whatever. And like, all I did was say, come in. You know what I'm saying?
All I did was say, come on.
Yeah. And he came and was like, ask questions about this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And just doing what I feel like a human being would do is just sharing knowledge or sharing, compassion or tidbits of, critiques if I had noticed anything. You know what I mean? So I try to do that for anybody that would ask kind of, and even if they don't ask, like if I'm in a sketch and I see shots that I think should be different, you know what I mean? Like I'll speak on it kind of stuff or whatever. But past that, like I'm pretty chill. So yeah, to be somebody else's mentor is always like, that's a heavy thing.
Yeah.
I think I can see though, what you're touching on is mentorship in so many ways is just human kindness. Of course, we should help the person behind you if you can, if you're able to.
Yeah.
But not everybody is that way, and that's
which is wild. Like I hear that a lot. It's like, man, you're such a breath of fresh air, and I'm like, by being nice.
Yeah,
but you are very kind.
Like,
especially in
you have an energy about you that is very welcoming and kind and
calm.
My God,
I feel like I'm yelling at you.
This is like our listeners would attest. This is like the calmest show we've had.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but you just have such a great energy, and you obviously are so interested in being in community with other people.
Yeah.
Which is very,
I'm
very,
very
cool.
ensemble minded, yes. I like ensembles. Like I never enjoyed solo moments, you know what I mean, kind of things. I always enjoy when the ensembles, like going back to what's up with that, speaking of the rehearsal process for it, the first time we rehearsed it, Sudeikis was sweating harder than I was. That's when I was like, oh, this is going to be special because it's not about me necessarily. It's like all of us giving hard to this specific idea. And that is going to work for an audience. Like when everybody is just like in your face, like this is great, you're probably going to be like, this is pretty great. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what it was. It was all like everybody was hyper dedicated, and it was so flattering because it was my like second idea, you know what I mean, that was like generated from what I think is funny that made it on the show kind of thing. And it just was like very personal to see the professionalism come towards, one of my little baby ideas.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's not so baby at all. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I had a quote from your book that I wanted to pull up because I want to round it with "We're Your Girl." Okay.
Great.
I think this may round it out nicely.
This is a great. Go ahead, Tiff. You're so smart.
I had to get it
You're doing
right.
such a good job.
And I was going to try to remember it, but I couldn't do it on my own.
Superstar.
And you're so smart. I tried. Okay, so this is from the book. And you say, by the way, anyone who says women aren't funny are brain dead. And I think this is funny, or it's interesting because you just mentioned all of your mentors and many of them are women. I think that's very special in the context of this show as well.
Of course.
Because the foundation of it obviously is womanhood and sisterhood and friendship and community and all of that. Yeah. You are one of our girls, I would say, as you are
Come
yourself.
on, Devo.
Come on, Devo.
Holla back.
Holla.
But I feel you. It's hyper dismissive and like it's like it sounds piggish. You know what I mean? Like,
I had a nickel for every time I got that comment.
Who do you think you are to tell anybody what's funny? Like comedy is the most subjective thing on the planet. It's true. You know what I'm saying? Like horror, everybody's scared. You know what I mean? It makes sense. It's a jump scare for everybody. Yes. Comedy is like, you know, if you think it's funny and you get the joke, some people don't. You know what I mean? And like drama is like, yeah, it's heartbreaking when people break up. Like, duh. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of duh moments in drama. But comedy, bro, like, that's why it's so hard and complex because it's hard to get the big room reaction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah. To say that women aren't funny is... It's kind of like Margot Robbie is like, you got to watch those guys that just love The Wolf of Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you love The Wolf of Wall Street, like, you probably want to watch those dudes. You know what I'm saying? And I really enjoyed the movie. Yeah. Like,
it's not a personality trait. But I didn't. It wasn't that great.
Like, I get it. Like, it's just Scorsese and Leo. You know what I mean? It's whatever. It's a crazy story, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Leave it there. It's a good movie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. But when you get into the point where it's just like, yo, Wolf of Wall Street, bro. Greatest movie ever.
I've dated some dudes like that.
You know what I mean? And how did it work out?
Horribly.
Exactly.
Horribly. They know who they are. That's all I'll say.
To be so like final with your words that's just crazy in my opinion.
Yeah. And here you are amongst two female comedians. So thank you.
Yeah, and like also like there's no where are you getting this from? You know what I'm saying? What is your basis exactly? Because there's been several hundred, thousands probably, you know what I mean, of funny women through time, like famously so, you know what I mean? And like, so I'm like, what is the source of this information that you're just quoting these, you want to be facts, women aren't funny? Like, what are you talking about?
I think the weirdest thing for me that I've started to notice just in everyday is like we meet somebody and they go, this is Taryn and she's a comedian. People are like, oh, shit, I'm funny. And you're like, ah, shit. I don't know. I can never do it on that. I hate that. I can never do it. But if you're in a group of people, I found a lot of the time at like a cocktail party, industry thing, whatever, the men are actually actively trying, not all of them, but sometimes I can see the men are trying not to laugh. And I've pointed it out multiple times where I go, not you holding back a smile. Right. Like, why are you trying to not let this be funny? Why can't you accept it? Let me in.
I'm funny.
Let me in.
It's the patriarchy, man.
It is.
We can't give it up. We can't give up our position in society, man.
It's true.
What's up with that? But I appreciate anyone, man or woman, whoever, but especially I love men that laugh easily instead of trying to make you earn it.
Correct.
You know
that can just hold court with funny people and let people be funny.
And be like, but she's a woman. I can't possibly. Like, what the fuck? Come on.
My gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, so I appreciate that about you. I love that you have an easy way about your laughter. I think it's great.
It's true. That struck me.
Yeah. And like, I don't just laugh just for the sake of like supporting women. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I find it funny, it's funny. And like, I've had very like front row seats to, and I also study comedy, you know what I mean? Like, I watch a whole lot of stand-up, you know what I mean? So I'm very aware of who's trying to do what. And the ones that are seasoned performers, it's obvious. And the ones that are greener and kind of doing subject matter that, you know, kind of everybody else kind of does or whatever, that's obvious too, you know what I'm saying? So there's no reason to be so harsh. Why be so harsh? You know what I mean? Like, wait a minute, you would never say such a thing as like, you wouldn't even say so much of the thing as like black men and get more specific, you know what I mean? And kind of like put it on a smaller group or anything. Like, black men ain't funny or anything like that. Like, women ain't funny. That's crazy.
That's
you know what I mean? That's a crazy concept, homie.
Yeah.
Like, the world is much bigger and more beautiful than closing doors like that. You know what I mean? Like, coming from a place that we had to kick doors open, you know what I mean? I don't like that kind of mindset.
That's
true.
Like, as a black
doors
man,
on people.
There's space for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's focused on doing for you, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
making
saying?
you laugh,
right. You know what I mean? I'm entertaining you. So, yeah. Don't be so close-minded.
Heard
well,
that.
Kenan, thank you so much
It's
for
my pleasure.
coming on the show. You've been so
pleasure.
lovely.
Thank you.
And the
Likewise.
next
you guys
time-
are funny, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
Rat sounds of validation.
You heard that, Nana?
Rat sounds of validation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next time we see you on a jumbo-tron, just know
we're watching.
We're watching.
I'm doing rat sounds of validation.
Thank you.
On the jumbo-tron.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have to do a Travaille Diva.
Oh, I don't have a drink. So when I don't have a drink, I just fake clink.
Yeah, you know
we
it.
Fake clink. You know what? I'm gonna join the group and have a known drink.
There you go.
I can't
stay in the group.
There you go.
Stay in the group. I like an ensemble as well. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank
We're gonna
you.
Travaille Diva with you on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Travaille Diva. And remember, we're your girls.
You remember that.
Yep.
Forever.
Uh-huh.
And the lawyer from SNL watching this, listen, it's no big. Oh, look at him. Oh, damn. Spilled.
Spilled all down. It's all right.
You missed your lip.
Don't even worry about it.
All
I
right.
was trying.
Yeah. What are you drinking?
Man, it's nice and cold.
Yeah.
Cold.
You can't let it touch your teeth. The ice.
Yeah,
It'll burn.
no.
Yeah.
Just the top teeth.
There you go. The top teeth. Thank you, Kenan.
Thank y'all, man. It's such a pleasure.